You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Hello and welcome back to the channel, it's JPA here. In today's video I'm going to be discussing Rangers' emphatic win over Hamilton and Ibrox yesterday. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, help us on our way, hit the like button as well. I'll just get straight into this video, guys. So if you haven't seen the score, it finished Rangers 8, that's 8, Hamilton 0. Couldn't believe what I was seeing at times. I actually had to go and check. I thought maybe I'd clicked on the wrong thing when I went on Rangers TV, and I thought maybe I've just opened up a goals compilation or something, because that's what it felt. It just felt like every time we went forward we were getting at least a chance to score, whether it was a save or just blocked it for a corner, or usually it was a goal. Just absolutely incredible. There's no point going on every single chance that we created, because I'd be here all day. To be honest, the video would be about 30 minutes long, and you didn't want that. First goal came 16 minutes in. We played a ball down the left hand side for Ryan Kent. It got blocked by two Hamilton players who kind of just collided with each other, didn't know where the ball went, and it ended up at Defoe's feet. Defoe quickly does a really good turn, plays Ryan Kent in down the left hand side. Ryan Kent's bombing towards the box, picks out Scotty Arfield. He's got Roof and Arfield there, picks out Arfield. Arfield's making a run from deep, and Arfield scores brilliantly past the goalkeeper and kind of makes amends for what he did on Thursday night. We had to wait well over a minute for our next goal, which is far too long to wait for a Rangers goal, really. After a good bit of play in midfield, it worked his way out to Tavernier. Tavernier does what he does best, put it on a sixpence, crosses it right into the danger area, right onto the 6-yard box, and Kamar Roof's there, heads it right across the goalkeeper into the bottom of the net. Really good finish and a really good cross from Tav. His numbers are just going up and up and up all the time, and that's another assist for him. 2-0. We then quickly got a third goal, 45 seconds I think it was after that second goal went in. Kent picks up in the midfield, plays it through to Arfield. Arfield spots the run of Aribo down the right hand side, plays it into him. Aribo takes a couple of neat touches, puts it on his left foot and slots it in the bottom corner. Now it might take a slight deflection off the defender's foot I think, but I think it's gone in, and a real good finish for 3-0. Our fourth goal of the day came on the 36th minute. Kent played it out to Tavernier. Tavernier crosses it in, and unfortunately the cross looks a little bit deep. It looks like it's just going to fizzle out, and then Roof keeps it alive, keeps it in play, waits for the run of Aribo. Aribo arrives in the box. Roof cuts it back, and left footed Aribo strikes it in, and again it might take a slight deflection, but I think it's heading in anyway, and that's 4-0 and another one for Aribo. So just the 4 goals at half time, and I remember thinking, right, we're 4-0 up. We kind of made mistakes on Thursday night against Benfica. We're probably just going to see this game out. Game management, might get another one, but I wasn't really expecting a goal avalanche in the second half, and that's just not how it worked. We just dominated yet again. We made 2 changes right on half time. Calvin Bassey and Zungu, who we'll talk about in a minute, came on for Barisic and Ryan Jack respectively. And yeah, Zungu, from the first minute of him playing, he's excellent. He looks like a really good find from Steven Gerrard and the team. I know like Ross Wilson and that is involved as well, but the management team there have worked wonders and got this guy in. He looks the part already. Didn't want to get carried away. It was only like 45 minutes he played, but within the first 5 minutes his passing range was just outstanding. I mean, it's just crossfield balls, diagonal balls, little just quick 1-2s. He was just everywhere in the first 5 minutes of that of coming on. Kind of just, I think he quietened down maybe towards the end of the game, but the game was won at that point anyway. After a bit of decent play on the left hand side, Ryan Kent eventually got the ball in, crossed it with his right foot right to the back post, and it takes a combination of Defoe and the Hamilton defender. I don't know who it comes off last, but hits the post and lands, unfortunately for Hamilton, unfortunately for us, right at the feet of Kamar Roof, who taps into the net. Probably not get an easier finish than that, probably easier than his goal in Europe from the halfway line I would say. But yeah, 2 goals for Roof as well, and we're now 5-0 up. Sorry, I lost count there. So about 5 minutes later, Barker came on for Kent, just to get him involved, and right away he was involved in a goal. Bassey down the left hand side, plays it into Defoe, who's on the edge of the box. Defoe takes on a couple of neat touches, waits for the run of Barker, turns in beautifully and plays a good ball into Barker. Barker hits it first time with the left foot and it goes right in the corner. Really good finish from Barker, and good to see him back playing. He's had a lot of criticism recently and I didn't quite understand. I think he always performs well when he plays for Rangers. He's maybe just the worst of a really good bunch, that's probably all I'll say on that. Just a couple of minutes later we got another goal. This is another penalty. I know people go on and on about us getting penalties, and this is the first penalty I've seen in a long time for Rangers that's been actually a foul in the box. Kamar Roof plays it through to Jermaine Defoe. Jermaine Defoe takes a couple of touches, gets his cell into the box, and he's just brought down. Stonewall penalty in my opinion, not really any dispute about it. The funny thing was, I think Jermaine Defoe tried to take the ball and get the goal, but Tav says no, I'm taking this, and in the form that Tav's in, you just didn't argue with that. Tav put it down and just fired into the middle of the goal, straight down the middle. Keeper went the wrong way, and it was a really good finish from Tav, and he's just so confident right now. That's what his 11th goal of the season now. And this is our last goal to talk about. 69th minute, Barker's on the left hand side, plays it inside into Arfield. Arfield plays it to Tavernier, who's on the edge of the right hand side of the box. Does a neat little flick over the defender into Roof. Roof hits a shot which is really powerful. Keeper saves it, but unfortunately for the keeper, he just drops it into that area where the Kamar Roof's goal came from. Drops into the 6-yard box, reacting quickest as James Tavernier with his left foot bangs it in the goal for 8-0. So that was pretty much. I did say I wasn't going to talk about all the chances. I will talk about this chance though, because I thought it was quite funny and I was quite annoyed, not annoyed, but quite disappointed for Defoe that he didn't get the goal. Jermaine Defoe turned inside the box and hit the post, and it came back out, hit the goalkeeper's head and went just out for a goal kick. And it was one of the comedy moments where you thought the goalkeepers had such a nightmare the day, you wouldn't really think anything of that going in. It would have pretty much summed up his day really. There was another funny incident I was talking about in I think it was the first half. McLaughlin goes to throw it out, actually hits the defender, the Hamilton player on the head and goes straight to our player. It was really funny. And so that was pretty much it. Boring game really, only the 8 goals in that one. I'm not going to do a man of the match. I was going to do one and I thought I just couldn't pick one. There was just performances all over the park. I thought the worst player in the park for us was McLaughlin. He did absolutely nothing all day. Get rid of him. What's the point? We seem to just no need a goalkeeper right now. We're creating so much going forward and we're defensively so solid right now that teams aren't even getting a chance to attack us and create chances for themselves. That's now 13 games in 20 that the team has had less than one shot on target. That is absolutely incredible, and that's why we've got such a good clean sheet record. That's another clean sheet now. I think that's 16 clean sheets in 20 games, and that's including European games. That is absolutely insane. So I'm just going to wrap it up here. One thing I will say is I really enjoyed the interaction on the WhatsApp group. Please get involved if you can do that. I'd really enjoyed it throughout the game. The only thing that was annoying to me was I couldn't log on my son's PC, so I ended up having to watch the game on my phone, and unfortunately I wasn't able to keep up with the chat as much. I kept having to kind of log out and then log back into the game every time I come out to chat, but I still tried as much as I could and I had a wee chat after the game. It was really good, so that's kind of why I set up the group, and hopefully more people follow that. I really enjoyed that interaction, and hopefully we continue that for the next game. So I'm just going to wrap it up. As I said, next game is against Aberdeen in a couple of weeks. We've got the international break coming up. Hopefully we didn't get too carried away as fans. I know it's hard after a result like that and the fact that we're 9 points clear now, but there's a long way to go, and we know that after international breaks we didn't always come out the blocks running, and we've got a difficult game against Aberdeen, so let's just keep the heat just now and we'll see how far this season can go.